Question 21. Chlorine, bromine and iodine are elements in group 7 of the periodic table. Which statement about these elements is correct? The color gets lighter down the group. No. The color of halogen gets darker down the group. The density decreases down the group. No. Density increases down the group. They are all gases at room temperature and pressure. No. Chlorine is gas, bromine liquid, and iodine is a solid. They are all non-metals. Yes, they are all non-metals. Question 22. Which row describes the properties of a typical transition element? First, melting point. The transition elements have high melting points. Then variable oxidation number. Yes, transition elements have variable oxidation number. And third, they can act as a catalyst. Yes, transition elements and their compounds can act as a catalyst. B option is correct. 23. Which statement about the noble gases is correct? Noble gases are diatomic molecules. No, they are monoatomic molecules. Noble gases are reactive gases. No, noble gases are inert as these have full outer shell electrons. C. Noble gases have full outer electron shells. Yes, that's correct. The noble gases are found on left hand side of the periodic table. No, noble gases are found on right hand side of the periodic table. Question 24. What is a property of all the metals? Conducts electricity. Yes, all metals conduct electricity. That's correct. Option B, hard. No, alkali metals are soft while transition metals are hard. So not all the metals are hard. Low melting point. Metals of group number 1 have low melting points, but transition elements have high melting points. So that's also incorrect for all metals. And reacts with matter. No, all metals don't react with water. Some react and some don't. 25. Which statement explains why aluminium is used in manufacture of aircraft? Option A, it conducts heat well. Although aluminium conducts heat well, but this property has nothing to do with manufacture of aircraft. It has low density. Yes, this is the reason we use aluminium to manufacture aircraft. That's correct. It is a good insulator. No, aluminium is a conductor. In fact, it is easy to recycle. No, that has nothing to do with manufacture of aircraft. 26. The section of reactivity series shown includes a newly discovered metal that has symbol X. So here is it. The only oxide of X has formula XO. Which equation shows a reaction which occurs? This formula indicates that X has +2 charge because oxygen carries -2 charge. So they will cancel each other and then formula can be XO. Okay. Option A. Copper is reacting with X2 plus and it is displacing this to form copper 2 plus. Now you should be knowing that a metal that is above in the reactivity series can displace a metal below it in the reactivity series from its aqueous solution. Now compare copper with X. You can see that this X is above copper in the reactivity series. So it can displace copper, but copper cannot displace X from its aqueous solution. That's not correct. B part. X is displacing copper. Yes, it can displace, but the charge is not correct. By looking at the formula of a compound, we have concluded that the charge on X is +2. Here it shows +1. So that's incorrect. Part C. X is replacing iron. So X is reacting with compound of iron and then iron is coming out of this compound as a uncombined element. Okay, if you compare iron with the element X, iron is above in the reactivity series Iron can displace X from its aqueous solution or compound, but X cannot react with compound of iron to get it separated from the compound. So that's also incorrect. D is the only option that is left now. Just look at this. The element X is reacting with hydrochloric acid and it is replacing hydrogen from this acid. Yes, this metal is above hydrogen in reactivity series, so it can react with acid to produce salt XCl2. Moreover, here the charge on X is +2. That's also correct. So D is the right option. Question 27. Which metal compound produces a gas that turns lime water milky when it is heated within a Bunsen burner? Okay, a gas that turns lime water milky is carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide gas is evolved when carbonate is heated. So here option A is correct. If you look at the other three options, magnesium nitrate, sodium sulfate and zinc nitrate, they don't have carbon. So how can carbon dioxide gas evolved from these salts that even don't have carbon element present in them? 28. Which statement about extraction of iron in a blast furnace is correct? Option A, calcium oxide reacts with basic impurities. No, calcium oxide itself is basic and it reacts with acidic impurities like silica. Option B, carbon is burnt to provide heat. Yes, carbon is burnt in this process to provide heat. That's correct. Iron 3 oxide is reduced to iron by carbon dioxide. No, it is reduced to iron by carbon monoxide and not carbon dioxide. The raw materials used in this process are bauxite, limestone and coke. Limestone and coke are included in raw materials, but bauxite is not the raw material for extraction of iron, so that's incorrect. Question 29. An experiment to investigate the effect of painting iron is shown. The experiment is left for 7 days. What happens to water level in test tubes X and Y? Okay, what is the difference in these two? In test tube X, we have pure iron, while in test tube Y, we have painted iron. The purpose of painting over iron here is that we want to protect iron from corrosion. So what will happen in test tube X? Iron reacts with oxygen in the presence of moisture. When oxygen reacts with this, the volume of air decreases and the water rises. So water rises in test tube X. And if I talk about test tube Y, iron is painted. It will not react with oxygen present in air. So the volume of air will remain same and the level of water will also remain same. There is no change in level of water. The right option here is D. Question 30. Bauxite contains aluminium oxide. Aluminium is extracted from aluminium oxide by electrolysis. Which statement is a reason for why cryolite is added to electrolytic cell used to extract aluminium? Option A. Cryolite decreases the rate at which aluminium ions are discharged. No, cryolite has no such role to decrease the rate. Option B. Cryolite lowers the melting point of electrolyte mixture. Yes, this is the right option that we studied in electrolysis of aluminium oxide. Cryolite acts as an impurity, and when an impurity is added to a pure substance, the melting point of that substance is lowered. So that is the purpose of adding cryolite. C. Cryolite prevents the carbon anodes being burned away. No, it does not prevent carbon anodes being burned away. Carbon anodes are burned away by a reaction with oxygen that is produced at anode. So that is not the role played by cryolite. Cryolite removes impurities from bauxite. Again, there is no such role of cryolite in this whole process. So correct response is B.